you know, I have been blessed in that, you know, every day I drive through the gates of DreamWorks Animation, and it just makes me happy. I love being there. I love being surrounded by these incredible, talented artists and engineers and technologists. I love making movies that make people happy, put a smile on them, on their faces, you know, make them laugh. And I just want for everybody who works there to have that same feeling for their work and for the place that I do.
I was fascinated in your speech. You talk about the need for the post-mortem when a movie doesn't work. And you also talked about the importance of objectivity. But you know as well as I do, Jeffrey, that post-mortem in many industries is another word for blame game. So how do you have that brutal post-mortem and objective review without it becoming destructive?
Well, I have to say, Richard, and maybe again, it's just sort of inherent in what we do and how we've done it for, you know, the better part of 18 years now, which is, you know, I would say frequently in life, but particularly in our business, we learn as much from our mistakes as we do from our successes. And learning from your mistakes is a very empowering thing to do. It really does help you move forward and succeed. And you know, I think it just has been so ingrained in part of our process. And you know, we're in an industry in which if you're not allowed to fail, honestly, I don't know that you can really succeed.
What would you say to a manager watching tonight, or a chief exec of a small, medium-sized company that looks to somebody like yourself and wants advice? What is the fundamental ethos for not paying lip service, but actually walking and talking and doing it?
You know, I would say to you that the thing that I have learned, and I only wish that I knew it 25 or 30 years ago, which is to honor and celebrate, recognize and reward your employees and their work is a fantastic business strategy. If they love their work, they love coming to work, they will strive to do great work, and you'll succeed.
You describe them as treat your employees like gold. And interestingly, this was the best line though. You describe human resources department as being vital. The HR operation is vital. Most people in most companies see HR as being a tool of the management to do them down. So getting that balance right, Jeffrey, is what it's really all about, isn't it?
Yes, it is, but more and more today, what we all are coming to recognize is that the most valuable assets almost every business has, it's not true of every single business, but many businesses, particularly creative businesses or service businesses, our greatest resources are people. And so to not look to HR, which is literally human resources, it is the, you know, the sort of core function of looking after, taking care of, and rewarding those people. If it's not essential to your business, I don't know how you succeed.
On the industry that you are in, you describe as having, you're still getting a great thrill, particularly from your new movie, The Rise of the Guardians. To be able to still get a great thrill after all, and I say this respectfully, after all the years that you've been doing it, that must be both quite an interesting idea. You've been doing it a while and you still get that thrill. What is that thrill?
Well, there's nothing more rewarding, for me anyway, than to spend the 4 or 5 years that we do making one of these incredibly complex films and going into opening weekend, standing in the back of a movie theater with 200-300 people you know, who have come there to be entertained and to hear laughter. You know, I would say to you that I frequently ask people, to them, what is the most beautiful thing in the world to you? You know, is it a great piece of art or a great piece of architecture or a beautiful place or, you know, one of your family or your children's? You know, and all of those things are, but I would say one of the most beautiful things in the world is laughter. And that's the business we're in. We create laughter.
And related to that, in your industry, in your movies, in your franchises, what creates, do you think, if you had to bottle the secret ingredient for a successful franchise in a movie sequence, what would it be?
It's the people, Richard. It always comes back to great artists, great storytellers, put the greatest technology in their hands. That's what we do. We're 400 or 500 strong on each one of these movies, all dedicated to telling a great story and delivering something exceptional to our customers.